Well, obviously the best thing about being an entrepreneur, Beju, is I get to hang out with really cool people like you. Now, do you know what? The thing about being an entrepreneur is you're in control of your own destiny. For anybody who really wants to, plough their own field and really go and make something happen and make a difference, that's what an entrepreneur enables you to do. I'm absolutely in love with the fact that we get to actually meet with like-minded people. It's a really exciting time to be an entrepreneur in the UK. I think we've got the most enterprising youth coming through, mainly because of things like media attention on things like Dragon's Den and all of that type of thing. It's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. The best business book I've ever read about being an entrepreneur was probably the one I was gifted at 19 years old, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. What it really set out for me was the power of a mastermind group, surrounding yourself with the right people. Really, really important lesson. My favourite quote, well actually I've got two, can I give you two? So the first one, which I think defines most entrepreneurs, which is, rules are for the guidance of the wise, but the obedience of fools. If you always do things the way that you were always taught to do them, you don't disrupt and you don't change. There's a chap called Alistair Sim, who is a Scottish actor. You might remember him from St Trinian's and Scrooge, Christmas Carol. But he said that people over the age of 25 should not be allowed to vote. People under the age of 25 are still looking for the answer, where people over the age of 25 think they've already found it. Therefore, progress really depends on people under the age of 25. So change is inevitable. Rules are for the guidance of the wise and the obedience of fools. But I will just tell you one other quick thing, which has been my personal realization in business, where I've always tried to take on too much. The critical key to success in business is the you let go of. One particular example, which was a few years ago, where I let somebody else handle some of my stakeholder relations, and things became a little bit political. So if I was to say anything to anybody, it's always keep in control of your stakeholder, your key relations in business. Look, I've got so many heroes in business, and some of them are the ones that I'm sure you've heard from other people that you've interviewed, like the Steve Jobs and the Richard Bransons. But I'm actually going to tell you a different one, which was my father, Alec Cass, the lesser known or unheard of business educator. When I was a young lad, my father absolutely showed me what it was about in terms of building rapport and relationships with people and influencing people. So I actually I watched him command rooms, a charismatic man who was a military man, but even in that context, people knew him and respected him, and I saw how he treated people, and that was a massive lesson for me. So my father is my hero. The one big thing in 2020, well, do you know what? I actually think this is a really difficult one to predict, because the world is changing at such a pace now. If you look at evolution over the last 2,000 years, we've gone at this very, very gentle pace, and we're now at the beginning of a curve that's exponentially going up. And how that's going to take us in the next 8 years from a technology point of view, I would hate to predict. What I can tell you, it's going to completely disrupt the way we do everything in life, not just in business. So if I was to turn that into a bit of advice for people, is keep absolutely on top of change. Change is inevitable. It's happening at such a fast pace now. Keep on top of the change and know how that affects you, your business, your industry, more importantly, your customers. My legacy, well, I'd like to say actually our legacy, but from a personal point of view, I love inspiring business owners and entrepreneurs to doing things bigger and better. From a business scene point of view, our legacy is about, we want to leave a real footprint on entrepreneurs and startup businesses and growing businesses in the UK by making them more profitable, more protected, make sure they're winning sales and generating influence, but building stronger relationships. From a business point of view, I've had many proud moments and many sort of big brands, but I've got to say I've never been as proud as where we are right now with Business Scene, because we're starting to make some real impact on small businesses in the UK. And it's not about what we do for ourselves, it's the impact we're making on other people's businesses that I'm really proud of.